The royal family shared a rare photo of Prince Louis, and the internet has fallen in love. Prince Louis, the youngest and most adorable member of the royal family, has largely been kept away from the cameras. Indeed, privacy is important to his parents, Prince William and Kate Middleton, so they don't share too many pictures of their children with the media. But now they've released a new picture of the little baby, and royal family fans have fallen in love with him all over again. Louis was the subject of intense media interest from the moment Kensington Palace announced that Kate was expecting. The statement was released in September 2017, telling the world that a new member of the family was coming. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge were having a third child, the other two being Prince George and Princess Charlotte. Indeed, George and Charlotte's births were greeted with celebration in the British capital, with London landmarks being lit up in tribute to mark their births. For the former, famous buildings such as Tower Bridge were illuminated in blue. And for the latter, they were shown in bright pink. However, during all her pregnancies, Kate Middleton suffered from hyperemesis gravidarum, an extreme form of morning sickness. This meant that she and her husband had to announce the news at a different time than they had planned. Indeed, the Duchess had to cancel engagements when pregnant with Louis, including taking George to his new school. Meanwhile, members of the royal family and the British government offered their congratulations to Kate and William. Prince Harry, during a trip to the English city of Manchester, said that he was very, very happy to hear about the new addition. And British Prime Minister Theresa May tweeted out her best wishes, adding that the announcement was fantastic news. And when Prince Louis was born on April 23, 2018, Kensington Palace released the news on social media. The Twitter post read, "Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Cambridge was safely delivered of a son. The baby weighs 8 pounds 7 ounces. William was present for the birth. Kate and her child are both doing well." In April 2018, the Duke, Duchess and their then unnamed baby made an appearance outside the hospital, where multiple cameras were waiting. Kate wore a red dress, and her new baby was wrapped in a white blanket. William then told the gathered crowd that he was very happy and very delighted. William also responded to reporters, who had asked about the baby's name, saying, "You'll find out soon enough." Indeed, the media had speculated on what it could be, offering names such as Frederick, Philip, James and Arthur. However, the baby's first name ended up being none of those. After 5 days, the Duke and Duchess announced the name of their third child, Louis Arthur Charles. The latter of course comes from his grandfather, Prince Charles, while Arthur is the traditional middle name for male royals. The little boy's full title, however, was His Royal Highness Prince Louis of Cambridge. And Louis made royal history from the moment he was born. Indeed, he became the first British prince to be outranked by an older sister, in this case Princess Charlotte, upon birth. This is because the British government adopted what's known as absolute primogeniture. This means that the oldest child succeeds to the throne, regardless of gender. Meanwhile, the royal family released pictures of Louis only sparingly. In May 2018, 2 pictures of the baby, taken by his mother, were published. Indeed, the Duchess is a keen photographer and frequently takes shots of her children. The first one, taken in April 26, shows Louis just 3 days old, lying on a pillow while wearing all white. Kate's second picture had been taken for the 3rd birthday of Princess Charlotte, which took place in May 2018. She was seen holding her new younger brother and kissing him on the forehead. That's not a moment Louis will likely remember in later life, but it provided an adorable memory captured for the future. The official Kensington Palace Twitter account then released a statement from Kate and William, sending warm regards to well-wishers. It read, "The Duke and Duchess would like to thank members of the public for their kind messages following the birth of Prince Louis, and for Princess Charlotte's 3rd birthday." Meanwhile, Louis's first major appearance came in July that year, when he was baptized at St. James's Palace. He was dressed in the Honiton lace christening gown, which was created by Angela Kelly, the Queen's dressmaker. George and Charlotte also wore the outfit, which has been passed down through the royals, for their own christenings. And as is tradition among royals, Louis was also granted several godparents. In fact, he has 6 of them overall. These include Nicholas Van Cutsem, who is a good friend of William, Kate's cousin Lucy Middleton, and Lady Laura Mead, whose husband James is the godfather of Princess Charlotte. Despite their wealth and the amount of rules that the family follows, Kate and William seem to try and raise their children as normally as possible. Indeed, though the Duchess is accompanied by security guards and a nanny when she takes the kids for walks, she still treats the children in an ordinary way. Meanwhile, the role of the royal child has changed a lot over the years. When Prince Charles was young, for example, things were very different. Royals didn't really parent their kids themselves but left most of the work up to nannies and other staff. And the Queen, biographers have claimed, wasn't hands-on with Charles at all. According to the Penny Junors' 1987 biography, Charles, the Prince of Wales, rarely had his mother entirely to himself for any length of time. The Queen, you see, was simply too busy. His mother saw him regularly for half an hour after breakfast, looked in on him briefly at lunchtime, and spent another half hour with him at the end of the day before he went to bed, the author wrote. Many royal historians believe that it was William's mother, Princess Diana, who changed all that. During their childhoods, she tried to give them more non-royal experiences and a normal life. And when, for instance, she took the kids to see Santa for Christmas, they had to wait in line like everyone else. Interestingly, Charles's birthday photos also sparked off what some have dubbed the Prince Louis effect. Indeed, other members of his family have had a similar influence. Whenever they're seen wearing something, the popularity of that item rapidly increases. In Louis's case, it was the cute outfit he wore in the photographs. The item in question was a Peter Pan collared shirt and matching shorts from the Spanish company La Coqueta. The outfit was notably similar to one Prince William had worn and been photographed in as a child. Company founder, Celia Munoz, was seemingly over the moon describing the phenomenon in a 2018 interview with People. She said, "It sold out immediately. It's amazing the effect it has on a small brand like us. I love that they are supporting Spanish brands and the small communities here that we work with, and of course the pictures were adorable, so heartwarming to see everyone together smiling. It was so spontaneous and warm," Munoz added. And royal family fans around the world seem to agree with her. Meanwhile, Louis is still being kept out of the limelight, except for special occasions. Sometimes, though, his parents will let people know how he's doing. When Kate Middleton went to the Victoria and Albert Museum in January 2019, royal photographer Mark Stewart reported that he overheard her telling fans that Louis is already a fast crawler. But despite maintaining their privacy when it comes to their children, the Duke and Duchess do talk about parenting. They're even happy to discuss its challenges and admit that they don't get it right all the time. Indeed, William spoke in February 2019 at an event for a charity called Future Men and gave some very relatable insights. Babies are so fragile and everything's so tiny, their little fingers and toes, you do feel like if you move them around too much they're going to break almost, but they don't. William said, "The fear of having a newborn baby, that's very vulnerable, and that's what you spend most of your time worrying about, thinking, what do I do? And that's the thing, isn't it? It's very daunting, how tiny they are when they first arrive." William finished. But another part of the event included a demonstration on how to change a diaper, and William proved that he knew how to do so. Mind you, in the changing section, he explained that the job was never straightforward, and the hardest bit is the buttons. Meanwhile, William continued describing his experience as a parent at the Future Men event. He said, "Once the lack of sleep starts setting in, the stress levels go up. From a young age you're taught to have a vision, have a plan, have a career, and all of a sudden babies come along, and you have to start thinking about a lot more. It's such a change, your whole life goes one way, and suddenly you're told to stop in your tracks." However, William and Kate have so far proven themselves more than capable of raising future royals. And the new generation is expanding, too. That's because later in 2019 Prince Louis and his siblings will receive a new cousin, as Prince Harry and his new wife Meghan Markle are expecting a baby. Meanwhile, it remains to be seen when the next photos of Louis will be released. Kate may photograph him for his first birthday, after all, as she did with both George and Charlotte. She tends to get the camera out for other milestones as well, so the world could possibly be treated to pictures of key moments in Louis's life, such as his first holiday or first day of school. Eventually, of course, Prince Louis will be old enough to strike out on his own and control his own photographs. But by then, the royal family will likely have changed considerably. Nevertheless, it's an exciting time to follow the royals. And hopefully there will be many more photos of Louis to come. After a long time, the royal family finally gave the picture of the little Prince Louis shared to the internet. Have heard that people have liked this picture very much and have given too much love. But why it took so much time to share the picture of Prince Louis? Watch our video and give your opinion in the comment box. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more related videos.